Right. Good morning, traders. Today is Wednesday, December 4th, 2024. That's 1242024. All right, let's go ahead and check on the economic calendar. On that thing again. All right. I don't know why that's happening, but it is. It just started yesterday where I go to share my screen and then it puts the music in an endless audio loop. So we'll just operate without music so I can get that resolved. So I'm going to check the economic calendar today. You won't be able to see it on your screen, but you can see the charts. So today we got the 30-year mortgage applications. And applications dropped all the way down to 2.8% from 6.3. Wow. So those are the actual applications themselves. Market index 213.9, refinance index 498.5, dropping from 501. Purchase down to up to 161. We got the ADP employment change coming up at 645. We've got PMI data for the S&P. That's going to be probably bringing a fair amount of volatility. Coming up at 7 o'clock, we've got factory orders along with transportation. Factory orders month over month. Also ISM data. So that's all going to be pretty add a lot of volatility to things. 7:30, we've got crude and more oil reports as well. Cushing oil report, gasoline reports, and then at 8:30 we've got 17-week bill auction. 10:45 we've got a J-Pow speech. So I'm expecting a fair amount of volatility today. 10:45 is J-Pow speech. So that's one thing that we got to be mindful of. Coming up 6:45, which right now we've got the PMI data. Oil's getting a little pump right now. Oil looks like actually a pretty decent play. ES is at 60.79 now. Kind of dropping a little bit. Wicks all over the place. The ES is looking kind of bearish. We'll switch over to oil. Oil looks like we have some resistance right here along 70.34. Let's take a look at this on the 10-second side. Yeah, oil looks like it's kind of stacked up for a potential move here. Join the bid on oil here at 70.25. See if I can get a fill. Touched my order, but didn't fill it. So I kind of missed that. I don't want to chase it, but see if we can buy in on this pullback here. In at 28, looking to get out at 32. Would have rather have taken that order at 25, of course. Hit 70.30 a couple times here. Just got a 50-200 crossover. on the 10-second side. And I want to check this on the 1 minute, but it looked like we were about to get a silent switch on the 1 minute. We did. So do we have room to push up to like 70-40? We got the 50, or we've got the TTM swap right there for this drop down to 70 and then a push back up. But this tapped at 70-30. 1 was the high there. $32 was our exit. We've got a downward cross here. We have some conflicting responses here. I want to see another volume surge up like that. Added another contract at 70.24. So we're in 4 contracts of oil. Currently sitting down 240 on it. I was only going for 200 in profit. We do have this 5200 cross here. I don't want to put too much emphasis on just crossovers. I was hoping to see this hold 70.25. That's what I want to see right there. I'm looking for a volume spike similar to that. And much like this is really what I'm looking for, is that kind of volume spike right there. Means I'm looking for roughly 325 contracts or so to just show up. We've got the TTM on the 1, riding along the 200 moving average on the 10-second. Want to see a little bit more conviction with this move, though. The move actually looks decent. I don't like that pullback, though. On the 20, 19. Yeah, it's way too big of a pullback. Yeah, we'll probably need to cut this since we're only going for 200 in profit. Our goal was just to hit 70.32, and it topped at 70.31. Our average entry is at 70.27. I gotta keep wiping my face with the towel because I got coffee. It just gets stuck in my mustache. All right, it's looking like a kind of a downward cross here. Brady. I'm gonna cut this now. Yeah, we're out. Loss of 560 on that. That brings the trail max down to 1183. So just like yesterday, we got to work our way back from it. Actually, Monday, not yesterday. Looks like ES did pop. Taking a long on ES. I'm looking for a move up to 85. I'm trying to get out of 84.50. There's 84. Let's look it off here at 84 and a quarter. It did tap 84.50. Guess I could have held on to it. Down 440 on the day. Made a little bit back on that trade. I did 3 contracts and 4 ticks. This is roughly 150 before fees. It's like Ethereum is about to hit 3,800. I want to see a pullback here on the ES. We got 7 o'clock coming up. Kind of surprised oil drop like that. It had a lot of great things looking for it for a bullish move, but ultimately couldn't play. I want to see a pullback on the ES to roughly 83. Coming up here on 85. We're pretty much at 85, 84.75, breaking through. The high up there is at 86. We get a pullback to like 83. See what this is looking like on the 1 minute side. There's the pullback. It's at 83.50 there. The long order sitting at 83. I'm going to take that order off. I took that order off because the TTM switching red here, so we make it a bigger dump down. Did tap 83, so it would have been filled right here. Riding along that 50 moving average on the 10-second side. 83 does look like a decent fill zone. Bought from 83 to 83.50. Does look like it's going to pop up though. I'm going to keep an eye on the 1 minute for a second here. Let's see what this is doing. So the Tiki's kind of cooling off a little bit. The TTM. Looks like we got EMA 35 crossing above the 50. That's good for bullish. But it's on the current candle. We got a 3-minute pullback here. Pulling back to the 200 moving average there at about 81. All this is happening above the view app. Right? I'm going to look for a cyan switch on the 10-second side. I'm glad I pulled the 83 order off. Oil dropped all the way down to 70. And ES dropped down to 81. Coming up on 7 o'clock. So that oil move never played. ES at 81.50. About to be 7 o'clock here, just a second. 5 seconds. Are we going to get a big volatility spike? To the downside, big one. We're not in this, so we're good. Although it'd be a great short. Somebody was able to predict that. Big move to the downside. So that's dropped all the way down on the view app. Down there at 78 on the ES. It's looking like it could drop even further. We'll see if it holds this area along 78 area. Oil is flat along 70. Trail max at 13.20 or so. Looking like a 5200 cross on the downside. And yet, I feel like long is the play. Riding along 60.80, ESF 0.25 for the day, 0.27. About a quarter of a point. No clear direction just yet. Although it is still, like, it looks kind of bearish, but it's above the view app. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see if it pops up and tries for 85 again. But, I don't know. That looks like a big bear flag to me. Let me know what you guys think. What's up, Tiny? Jiminy Christmas. The ES is a jumpy one. I know, right? This is why I've been looking at, like, trading other assets, other instruments. So there's a cyan switch on the 10-second. 5200 cross on the downside. And struggling along 80 here. Might try for a long. Yeah, gonna give it a whirl. In 80.75, looking to get out of 81.50s. Oh my gosh. Can't trust the TTM on the ES anymore on the 10-second. It's been really shifty. Use it for years, but it just doesn't seem to be doing it no more. Like to work well with it. I'm out on this one. Um, that puts me down 790 on the day. I guess I should have waited another few seconds. So that puts the trail max at 971 and loss on the week at 934. So ways to go for the catch up, but yeah, ES has been a pain this week, man, or just this whole like quarter. It's been really challenging trade. RTY hitting high up there at 2400 or 2440. Sorry. And ES causing problems along 678. We got that Fed Powell speech, that J Powell speech coming up at 10:45 today. Obviously, that's going to be some craziness. Be careful if you're trading it. I took this trade on the idea that we would have the ability to push right through this for a second and then probably pop back down. So, not a great risk reward on that one. Mm-hmm. Oil doing nothing, just hanging at 70. So this is like what looks like another attempt for a push up. See if it can break 80. This has probably been the most challenging quarter of trading that I've ever done in the last 4 years. Um, this particular quarter. Usually, this quarter is one of the easiest quarters to trade in. Um, and this one's been one of the most challenging. September, October, I've always struggled with, but November, December have always been really straightforward to me, and that's not what I'm seeing this November and December. Looking at this on the 1 minute side, um, we got a 5200 cross on the down, TTM red, setting at negative 3.2, or sorry, negative 2.1. And bouncing off VWAP. We filled that on the VWAP, by the way, at 78.50. Guess it wasn't a swell move. ES is seeming kind of just that, like just very super choppy, not really doing a whole lot. Oil dropping again. RTY currently dropping as well. Although this one looks better than the other ones I've been trading. Might give a try to the RTY. Give a try to the RTY. That right there would have been good traded into itself. I want to see us pull back slightly. Oh, guess not. This is the pullback here. Okay, so we're in 3 contracts of the RTY. It's pulling back on us. Filled high on that. I don't know the RTY's movements very well, so we did get that trade. I want to see how much that trade was worth. So that was $60. So 3 and 4 is worth 60. Kind of moves around quite a bit. I'm gonna add a 7 in here. Let me do a 5 first, just otherwise it'll get weirdly out of order. And then a 6. And then a 7. So while I was doing that, there was the trade that I intended to take. It looks like a 5200 cross inbound on the 10-second side on the RTY. That's pulling back to the 200 moving average there at 235, which would have been a good entry point. So this moves 10 cents at a time, and it's worth $5 per contract. I want to see if I can grab this crossover, but it's currently pulling back right now. And checking it on the 1 minute, it looks like we're stacking up towards a TTM cyan switch. I'm gonna wait a few seconds, see if this goes red, then yellow, and then on up. Going back to 24.35. A little bit larger drop there. This is why I waited. One minute is at negative 1.8 on TTM, above VWAP, 5200. So this is a little support area right here that this is riding along. Along 24.33 or so. TTM at negative 2.7 on the 10-second side. Got 2 yellows followed by 3 reds. And this one's trying to be yellow. Pulling back to 24.30. So that's dropping down. You see a volume spike right there. I'm new to trading this. So that's my first trade ever on the RTY. My patience will win out. I love that. Yeah. So I don't know. I wanted to try the RTY out just because the movement seems a little bit more like trading the ES back in the day. So we've got this pullback to 24.30. We're kind of popping up off that. A 24.30 bounce is pretty nice looking. See about I missed it. We'll see if we get something, another setup op. TTM at negative 0.9.8. So a 3 and 7 here would be worth about $100. Just like a 3 and 3 on the ES. Oil's dropping all the way down to 69.60s. ES is dropping too, and it's down to 75. A lot of things dropping right now. Going up at 718. All right, this is getting closer to that cyan switch. negative 0.2. And we've got two supports off of 30. I'm gonna put my buy entry here. Pull back some. Pull back a little more than I want to see. So my order should have been off 29. Right on the support. Yeah, I don't like that didn't silent switch there. This one moves pretty fast, actually. All right, we got that trade. We held through that pullback and did get that full 7 ticks. We actually top ticked it right there at 31.30. So that puts us down 649 on the day. We made about $100 or so on that. A little bit less actually, because we were at 742. Now we're at 649. So we made 93. So I guess that's worth 93 right there after fees. Look like bigger swings is what these look like. Sort of like trading the NASDAQ and the ES combined. Where the NASDAQ has these like really massive swings, although the ES does that now as well. But the ES has these like ES is kind of a expensive one to trade. ES actually is popping back up to 60/80s. It pulled all the way down to 74. Let's come back some, testing 80 again. The Dow. Yeah, the Dow might be interesting. I've never traded that. We got that weird music thing. I think I'm gonna have to start uploading my music to the player, which is kind of lame, honestly. Because I just like playing it off the app. I have more control playing it just in the app on my computer. So ES got a big bounce off of that 74 area. And it's coming up and testing 80 moment. $722. RTY is dropping back down to 2430s. ES almost has a silent switch on the 1 minute side. but nothing just yet. RTY is riding along that 2430 area. Doing too many things apparently. And oil's pushing lows down to 69.70s. RTY is continuing to drop. RTY actually dropping below the VWAP. We might start trading this more. It's definitely got a lot of volatility to it, but because you can trade at $5, it's $5 a thing. Um, it's slightly less risk in terms of the contract amount. That doesn't necessarily mean more risk. You saw at one point in time this when this was pulling back, it was down like over I read around 300. Um, so there is still obviously risk associated with it, with all trading, of course. ES is struggling to break that 80 zone, and RTY just got a cyan switch. I want to see what the cyan switch looks like on RTY. Big bounce off of we pulled all the way down to 27, so this is a $5 bounce. I want to see it pull back to like 31, the 9 EMA. Also, another 5200 cross here on the 10-second side would look great. ES popping over 80. ES with a fresh cyan switch. Just getting back above VWAP on the 10. And 9 crossing above the 200 moving average. I'm going to look to take a 3 and 4 on the ES. We're going to get out 81 and a quarter. Potentially, I should have waited for that crossover. Yeah, I should have. Or I should have just gone short. Holding for the moment. ES has to break through 80. I want to see it push towards 83. There's break even on my trade for a second. $80.5 was where that topped at. Guess I should have tried to take it off at 85 or 80.5. TTM now switch red. I want to see this thing pop big. Like, frankly, I want to see this thing pop to 83. Matter of fact, I'm moving my sell order up to 82.50. Rush crossover, cyan switch. Red dot on that cyan though. $80.5. Come on. We've got that cross. Let's see a buy volume surge here. It's 730. A lot of accumulation right here. 80.5 again. 80.75. You gotta be kidding me, man. Come on. Push. Wow. 80.75. Come on, dude. Push, push, push. Just couldn't break it. I still feel like 82.50 is the right area. It's really struggling to get through 80. Let's go. 80 and a quarter. Push, 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 push. We have divergence on 50 and 200 moving averages. People need to stop selling. It's 81. $81 and a quarter. $81.5. $82.25. One tick away. Tapped it. There it is. Man, that was a, a long period of accumulation, or at least it felt really long to me. So that puts us down 325 on the day, which is about what we made yesterday. Yesterday we made 393. Woo! That was a harsh one, man. Okay, I think this is gonna keep on pushing up. Wouldn't mind seeing a pullback. Even if we saw a pullback down to 80, would not be the worst thing in the world. Because it actually would. I think a lot of people would buy this off at 80. Big amount of sell orders there. You see there are about 4 times as many sell orders as there are buy orders. Starting to balance now. That was a hard trade, dude. Because this whole time I was just like, is this thing gonna dump on me? Is this thing gonna dump on me? Because it's just sitting there accumulating forever. Like, how many minutes was that trade? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. And we bought right on the 1 minute science switch. Did hit 83, where it's sitting right now. And like I said, I think it's going to keep on pushing up. Yeah, 6 minutes and 57 seconds was the length of that trade. So we're 337.50 though, so made back about half our loss on that one trade. And I think we'll hit 85. There's 85. Kind of seemed to me like this would have pushed to 85. There's a new high up there, just spiked up to 86.75 at 736, 735 or so. Big spike. Oil's still floundering, trying to get back above 70. Looks like it popped a lot off that 69.70 zone. The oil's back at flat. Dig it across. And pretty large volume spike to push it there, but ultimately it's below VWAP. RTY coming back up again, trying to get another cross. RTY is pushing. Big push up on RTY. And ES trading near the highs. So fresh science switch on the 1 minute side with red dots on RTY. And it's getting back above that support resistance at 2430. Just barely. And dropping below it. It's a fresh 9/12/26 cross on there as well. So it does look pretty decent for long. These red dots, not loving. Would really like that to be a green dot. But if we see this 9 and 12 get above that EMA 50, then we should be good for an upward, for a pretty strong upward push. On approach for that 5200 cross on the 10-second side. And it's kind of running without us a little bit. There's 5200 cross. Try for a long here. Pulled that trade out. I only took 3 ticks on it instead of the full 5 I was after, just because there's a. If you notice, there's a spread here. There's about a 10-cent, 20-cent spread. So we made about $50 on that or so. It looks like it could have held on to it and it would have filled, but that spike, I bottom ticked. I bought that right on the bottom tick, which was awesome, and I definitely felt like my trade was going to work. But the reason why I pulled that early was really because this ended up doing like that, where it's dropping this like kind of pretty heavily. So that's why I pulled that trade out early. But it's a little bit of profit back in our pocket. Trail max at 1469, just kind of treading water this week. Account is still in green, but only about 265. So just been kind of like going back and forth on the account. ES getting a pullback now off that high with a 5200 1 minute approach. So I think that there's going to be a good chance that we're going to break through these highs here on the ES. I wish y'all could hear the music. I'm sorry, we're going to short off that high off 85 area. R2Y is kind of going sideways. Oh, now it's moving. So R2Y, my review of it, it's volatile. Uh, it's got good movement, so there's plenty of volatility in it. Um, I think you need to plan your trades accordingly. You can see how well it respects support. So we'd be looking a lot at like doing maybe support and resistance trades on this thing. And that's a good thing. Especially, like if that's your strategy and whatnot. It's typically not my strategy, but it clearly respects support and resistance quite a bit. As you can see this whole area here where it rejected, and this whole area here where it bounced. So trading within that range before finally breaking out. And then we have this short ABCD pattern here on the 10-second. So it's more like traditional trading. That's a nice move right there. Nose feels really itchy again. I don't know why that happens. I think it's like irritation from dust or something. Yes, getting a about to get, not getting yet, but about to get a 1 minute 5200 crossover. Sitting with a flag there near the top. I've been pretty disappointed with the ES the last few months. Since about September is where it started getting weird. Just because the volatility has been like it's there, but it's like it's more choppy than volatile, and we've been slowly grinding up since September, but it's just not smooth its movements. You see how many wicks are here, like big wicks though, not like little ones. Let's see, this looks like a Haikanashi. Well, that looks way harder for me. None of that. I've seen some Haikanashis that look a lot better than this. This just looks like candlestick to me. RTY continuing to push up, getting some pullback now. You can see the 5200 cross on the RTY looks like a pretty solid move. We look at this on the so this is the 10-second chart. We look at this here. We can see where it first crossed over right here, crossed to the downside. Pretty good short. Came back up to test it, but didn't actually cross. So again, uh, short. On the crossover back here, where this happened, we got this pretty large move. Just went straight up for the most part, besides this, pullback zone. And currently getting a 10-second cross right here, which also looks like it's, pushing up pretty nicely. So you can look at this on the 1 minute side. This certainly would have been a great trade. Go for a couple bucks right there. So that did get the. So I mentioned that this would run once the 912 crossed above the 50. And you see that's actually right when it ran. So we had this like hammer candle right here, and then it ripped on that right as the 912 crossed above the 50. So RTY, pretty decent instrument to trade, it seems. Down 291 on the day. And I might end it there. Been trading for a while now, and I got some stuff to do. So might have to take the L today. I think on the week we're still red on the week. We were red 144 on the week when I started the day. And I think we're red 436 on the week. So a little bit of ground to make up, but not so bad to where it's like discouraging. So little ways, not too bad. Like this is something that we could potentially do in a single day. Because I mean, you saw yesterday we did 393, so we've had plenty of days where we hit over 700. So just a matter of finding the right trades and taking our time and being patient. Oil continuing to fail. I think oil is going to fly today once the crude report comes out. Yes, struggling a bit. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and call it right there. I'll take my loss. No big deal. 290 some change. Down about 430 on the week. So losing day on Monday, winning day yesterday, and losing day today. So kind of trending towards recovering from Monday's loss, but kind of treading water for the most part right now. That's okay. There are weeks like this, not a big deal. We'll be back at it again tomorrow. There is a J Pow speech at 10:45 Pacific time today, so you guys are going to want to be vigilant about that. If you're trading at that time, know there's going to be a lot of volatility. Take the appropriate risk management, and if nothing else, just sit back and just watch the speech. So no big deal. All right, guys. Thank you very much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. We do have a Discord community. We've got some awesome traders in there. If you want to get in there and get active, we'd love to have you in there. Also, too, if you guys are looking to earn funding in the futures market, I believe right now, and I'll get this up on the screen here in just a moment. Elite Trader Funding is actually offering they're offering some deals on the fast track accounts. Get this up here for you. The Elite Trader Funding is offering some deals on the fast track accounts. So the fast track evaluations, if you guys are interested in using these at all, these are you essentially have 14 calendar days, so you have 2 weeks to hit your monthly target. So these ones are on sale right now. Everything else is sort of at its normal price, but there is a discount code in the description there for you. So, all right, y'all. With all that said, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow at about 6:40. And again, we traded we start this stream at around 6:40, 6:45 because I don't want to be tempted to trade at the open. There's a lot of heavy volatility there, and oftentimes, even if I'm right, the volatility can still stop me out and end up hurting my account. So hence why I wait till about 6:40 to see some trend and price stabilization. So hope to see you guys there. We will see you in the Discord community. Everyone have an amazing day and be careful during that JPOW speech. Bye for now.